So there's so much, mutual like respect that I have for what you do and your work. Earlier, obviously, we were talking about the concept of putting time into things and the time that we put into something reflecting in sort of hopefully the final product or work. I see that in everything that you do. And even if it's something that you might have done quickly, I can see that there's an intention behind that. Mm-hmm. When I approach collaboration, because I'm an artist, a painter, I've been asked a lot of the times why collaborate, why do these things if it's with a company. Typically, that's probably frowned upon, but I can't help it because I grew up in Southern California, yes, where you're barraged with brands, yeah, you're barraged with this kind of information, and also in every kind of childhood experience, you're attached to items and things, and I wore Vans growing up, so it almost felt like, what an interesting sculptural base to begin with. Yeah. Like, what even is a shoe? Yeah. What does that mean to me? Mm-hmm. And we've spoken about this shoe a little bit in the past, but even thinking about it as an item, mm-hmm, I think about shoes are made for walking. Yeah. And where are we going? Mm-hmm. When I say we, I mean we as everybody, yeah, we as people, and thinking of this shoe as a symbol. Mm-hmm. So, but to be able to imbue it onto a pair of Vans is so incredible because of how personally tied this brand is to my youth. So I'm thinking like a lot in my work, I'm discussing unity and how, that's really where I believe that we're all going towards, whether it's unity with ourselves, mm-hmm, unity with people around us, unity with the world, unity with a lot of experiences that we've had, and just I wanted to talk about that and kind of talk about the scuffs and where scuffs develop on, mm-hmm, our feet, which is the heel and the toe, mm-hmm, and then take that iconic shoe, which is the checkered Vans, and then really screw it up. But I mean, for me, I'm really happy with these because they communicate the original vision that I have for it. And this started out with the thinking of, where are we going? Mm. And then the feeling came of kind of around the checkered Vans and how the checkered Vans feel like it represents unity, where you have the black and the white together, but it's so rigid. Yeah. That pattern is so rigid. So I really wanted to kind of get in there and mess it up. Yeah. And push and pull aspects of it. So, yeah, it was a really incredible process. And
for a lot of people, I feel like Vans are some of their first case studies, where it's like you're younger, so you don't really realize it, but it's the first time you see patina, you see something wear down, but also like grow as a part of you. Yeah. And they definitely get you where you're going. So
there's nothing like looking at somebody's Vans who's been skateboarding for 2 or 3 months in them, and you see the holes, and it almost looks like that eye that's on Jupiter, and you kind of see the part of almost where their foot was really pushing up against that grip tape when they go for a kickflip or an ollie or whatever. And it's so interesting. I think the word recorded is a great way to talk about that.
It is.
This kind of recorded experiences. And earlier as we were talking about patina and time and effort, and the effortless like recording of things through just action. Yeah. Probably one of the biggest inspirations to me.
Same.
So.
Yeah, and just shoes, but I mean, in my case, it was Vans in general. Were definitely the first time I really observed that, and the first memory I really have of looking at someone's shoes or even my own and thinking like, wow, those just look so cool.
Right.
Like, yeah.
But I love that the shoe is so affordable too.
Yeah.
I love that it's affordable. I love when you get it. It
Yeah.
looks brand new.
Yeah.
It looks as incredible as any other shoe.
Yeah.
And that you can give it your all, and it'll show you that. So.
And it doesn't it's not like even a regional thing. I mean, definitely Vans are from California and they're a California staple. But I mean, when I was growing up in Kentucky, they were a Kentucky staple. Like every kid had Vans. So
yeah.
It's not a regional thing. It's not really like a certain demographic thing. It's like it really
definitely
is
not
like
a certain demographic.
Yeah, it's like everyone.
So even the audience that is devoted to or Vans, or where Vans has a special place in their heart, is the representation of all of these people. And I think that's where this discussion for me becomes even more incredible, is that perhaps if I were to do this with another company, it might not work as well because of that. I just love the connection between the price point of the shoe and the amount of people reached. Yeah,
of course. And the nostalgia factor,
for
sure. That personal connection,
totally
really hits home.
And, we talked about the box at one point. Mm-hmm. There's the studio on the outside. And here's a little bit of kind of, even the way that I'm drawing these things is I really want to expose the patina of that moment.
Yeah.
And I want it to feel raw and rough. I mean, this is just panels that I put together, drew on them, go straight onto the box. Oh. So, yeah. I mean, and then even the thank yous in here being handwritten.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
And the concept of the shoe there, and then this is the. This is the ice cream trucks. I'm going crazy right now. This is the, around COVID time is when all the design for this happened. So I was wearing so many handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
And I think it also supported, just to be able to take it, put it on your neck, put it back up. I was kind of feeling into people having to wear handkerchiefs a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it became a part of my outfit. I mean, I still have a handkerchief on me at all times because of it.
I got one right here.
Yeah. Did you have a handkerchief on you so much before COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I was always into them, but there was not a utility to it.
Got it.
So, but I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
What a cool thing. A piece of fabric that you keep with you, and the time gets so collected on that too. But I love that this right here says, I want to be patient with time so that time is patient with me.
Oh,
and it almost takes employing one's own patience to read through it, because of how jumbled and skipped the letters are. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I wanted you to just kind of maybe take a look at the shoe and just talk about maybe little bits and pieces of things that you're seeing on them that you're into, and maybe just chat about it,
Well, I mean, I really love the fact that it's obviously your custom pattern, but it's not the same on both shoes.
Right.
Like a lot of times I'll see companies, even if they did a really cool custom pattern, it's the repeating factor of it on both shoes.
Right.
I don't know. It makes it feel, I don't know.
Reflecting the design from the right pair to the left pair.
Yeah, exactly. This makes it feel like a real complete image. The fact that both are different, because I mean, in real life, when you wear your shoes, both are going to look completely different. I mean, depending on if you skate goofy or regular, what kind of tricks you're into doing, if you have heel drag on a certain foot, they'll both look completely different. So the fact that these start out as completely different left and right shoe, I think is really, really cool. And that goes all the way to the bottom too. It's the entire shoe is covered in what we were talking about earlier, a record. But normally I think it takes a lot of time to get that. So it's nice that you're offering someone a look into your own personal record or your stylistic version of that. I can really appreciate that.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Even even the handwriting on the inside, that's that quote when I was with Michelle LeMay and on the way from Marrakesh to Tangier. I did this drawing of her in the car, and next to it I wrote, I want to be patient with time so that time is patient with me. And that made its way into the footbed as this almost stomping grounds of a statement. Yeah. That I felt like was very grounding.
And you got to think of when someone will read it. It's right before they start their day, right before they put their shoes on. So, and
even that written it's handwritten separately on each sole.
Wow.
So like the detail of that is
insane.
It's like each one is handed. So when I think it was probably one of the first times that Vans probably had somebody go, we're going to have two entirely separate die lines for left and right shoe.
That's amazing.